Well, hey, sure has been a minute, huh? Hi, my name is Emily, and welcome to High Tea Podcast. If you're new here, I'm happy you found me, genuinely. Out of all the voices in the world, you choose to sit with mine for a little bit. And that means absolutely everything. And if you're not new, then grab your tea. You already know. Get comfortable, relax your shoulders a bit, and just be here with me. It's been a minute, and I want to start by saying I didn't just disappear for no reason. I went quiet. Not because I didn't care, not because I lost passion, but because life got real in a way that I couldn't just talk through right away. There's been a lot happening in the world lately, between everything coming out with the Epstein files, all the conversations, the heaviness, the confusion, and then on top of that, the deportations that have been happening. It hit home for me. One of my loved ones got deported, and that's not something you just talk about like it's tea drama or internet gossip. That's real life. That's pain. That's separation. That's feeling like part of your world just got pulled from right underneath you. And I just needed time to process that. I needed time to sit with myself, to cry, to think, to ground myself again, because I never want to come on here and just talk to talk. I want to be real with you. And sometimes being real means stepping back until you can speak from a place of clarity instead of chaos. So if you've been feeling heavy lately, if you've been feeling overwhelmed by the news, the world, and your own personal life, I just want you to know that you are not alone, and you're allowed to take breaks. You don't have to carry everything all at once. Blooming out of winter into spring. All right, babe. We're melting. We need to drink water. We're getting out of that hibernation scene. Now let's talk about something softer, because that's what this episode is about. We are blooming out of winter. And I don't just mean outside. I mean inside. Winter for all of us is survival mode. It's quiet. It's cold. It's heavy. You're inside more with your thoughts. You're dealing with things you maybe pushed off all year. And honestly, this past winter felt longer than usual. Emotional, mentally, spiritually, but spring is different. Spring is the first deep breath after you didn't even realize you were holding one. It's the moment where you open your windows and the air just feels new. It's hope. And blooming doesn't mean everything is perfect in your life. Flowers don't wait until the world is perfect to grow. They grow anyway. Through diet, through dirt, through rain, through storms. So if you're in that place right now where you're like, Emily, I don't feel like I'm blooming, I feel stuck, that's okay. Because blooming starts internally first. It starts when you decide, I'm not staying in this version of myself forever. even if it's small, even if it's just drinking more water, going outside for 10 minutes, saying no to things that drain you, choosing peace over chaos. That's blooming. Let's talk about the world without panicking. And I know that's not easy to say. Now, I do want to touch on something real right quick. Because I know a lot of people are anxious right now. There's talk about war, tension, different countries, things happening across the world, especially in the Middle East, conversations about Iran, and it can feel scary. But I want to ground you for a second. The world has already had conflict. Always. But what's different now is how fast information reaches you. You can wake up, check your phone, and feel like the entire world is falling apart before you even brush your teeth. And that's not healthy. You are not meant to carry the weight of the entire world every single day. Yes, stay informed. Yes, be aware. But do not fear. Do not let your fear consume your life. Because fear will have you living like something is happening right outside your door. When in reality, you are safe in your moment. Look around you right now. Are you okay? Are your kids okay? Are you breathing? That is your reality. And it's okay to focus on that. You don't have to rush into panic just because the internet is loud. Stay grounded, stay present, and stay protected. All right, my friends. Here is the Fat Facts frickin' segment of the show. Okay. Now, let's get into some of my favorite food science talk. Yeah. Okay, and listen. This one is special because today I'm going to give you a little bit of an insider vibe. So a lot of people don't know, well, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually used to work for, a lot of people don't know this, but I used to work for the company Pringles Kellogg Testing Environment Center. I worked there for like about roughly 7 months. Food science is crazy. Like, the way food is designed not to be random at all. There is literal science behind why you crave certain things. For example, Pringles. You know how when you eat one, it's like you need another one and then another, and suddenly the can is gone? That's not you being greedy or lacking discipline. This is engineered. There's something called the bliss point. It's the perfect balance of salt, fat, and crunch that hits your brain in a way that basically says, yeah, keep going. And companies test this. They'll add or adjust flavors, textures, even the sound of the crunch to make it more satisfying. Even the shape of the Pringle is intentional. It's designed to stack, to fit in your mouth in a certain way, to give you a consistent experience every single time. Food is literally an experience. And once you realize that, you stop being so hard on yourself. Because it's not just, I like snacks. It's science meeting your brain. Now, don't get me wrong, we still need balance. But I think it's important to understand that a lot of these cravings are designed, not just random. Also, fun fact, smell plays a huge part in the role in taste. So when you have a cold and food tastes bland, it's because your smell is blocked. Your brain connects smell, taste together to create flavor. So yeah, food is way deeper than we think. And honestly, I love that. Because it shows how intentional everything in life can be. Even the little things. And that brings us to our conspiracy corner. Okay, so you already know that I had to bring this segment back a little bit stronger for my comeback. But before we even get into it, let me say this clearly. This is not about spreading fear. This is about asking questions, thinking critically, and understanding that not everything is always what it seems. Take what responds. Leave what doesn't. And most importantly, stay grounded. First, the Epstein network was bigger than one man. So let's start here. One thing that is not a conspiracy is the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was connected to a lot of powerful people. We're talking about politicians, billionaires, celebrities, global elites. That's documented. Flight logs, real. Photos, real. Associations, real. Now here's where people start asking questions. If someone like him had that level of access to that many powerful individuals, how is it possible that the full network hasn't been completely exposed? That's the part that makes people pause. Because usually, when something this big comes out, there's a domino effect. But in this case, it feels like we got pieces, but not full pictures. And that leaves a lot of people wondering, was he the only one running things? Was he just the face of something bigger? Is he still alive to this day, covering by another name? There's a lot of videos surfacing the internet, and this brings me to my next theory. The blackmail operation theory. This one is talked a lot more, and honestly, it's not coming out of nowhere. There are theories that Epstein wasn't just trafficking, but that he was collecting information. Like composing information on powerful people. And if you think about it, it wouldn't be the first time in history that people in power used blackmail to maintain control. The idea that if you have enough leverage on the right people, you don't need to be the most powerful person in the room. You control the room. Now again, this is a theory. But what makes people lean into it? How organized everything seemed. The private island, the guest lists, the patterns. It didn't feel random. It felt secured. And that's why people keep asking, was there a deeper momentum behind everything? We'll have to see. Now, the silence around certain names. This is, well, now this one, it just made a lot of people go quiet, including myself. Because when documents started getting released, people expect transparency. They expect clarity. But instead, what a lot of people feel like they got was partially exposure. Meaning, only something got released. Only the things that they wanted us to see got released. Some names get highlighted, some don't. Some conversations get attention, others disappear in the background. And that creates a feeling of why are some things being pushed forward and others not. It doesn't necessarily mean there's a huge hidden conspiracy, but it does raise valid questions about media focus, power dynamics, and who controls the narratives. Because at the end of the day, information is power. And not all information is treated equally. Now, let's come back down for a second, because I don't want you leaving this segment feeling paranoid or overwhelmed. Yes, there are things in this world that are bigger than us. Yes, there are systems power, and influence that we don't fully see. But at the same time, you still have control over your life, your peace, your home, your energy, your choices. Awareness is good, but fear, we don't live there. We stay informed and we stay grounded. And that's the conspiracy corner for today. If you want me to go deeper in future episodes, different topics, different theories, even some historical ones or spiritual ones, you already know what you gotta do. Leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Now let's get back into the vibe. Alright, before we wrap this episode up, I'm adding something new. This is called reality reset. Because sometimes, before you walk away from a conversation like this, where we talked about the world, heavy topics, healing, growing, all of that, you don't just need comfort. You need a shift. A little wake up. A little fire. A little get up and do something with your life energy. So, here it is. Let's be real for a second. You are not the same person you were last winter. You've cried in ways people didn't see. You've held things in that would have broken others. You've kept going, even when it would have been easier just to stop. And yeah, the world is messy right now. Life is unpredictable. People switch up. Situations hurt. But at some point, you have to decide, am I going to stay in survival mode? Or am I going to start living? Because healing is not just carrying it out. Healing is discipline. Healing is waking up and choosing better, even when you're still hurting. It's choosing better habits, better boundaries, better environments, even when it's uncomfortable. The truth nobody wants to say out loud. Nobody is coming to save you. And I don't say that to be harsh. I say it because it's powerful. Because the moment you realize that, you stop waiting. You stop hoping someone else fixes your life. And you start building it yourself. The life you want, the peace you want, the version of yourself you dreamed about, that's on you. And the crazy part is, you're actually capable of it because that person is already within you. Spring Energy Challenge. So here's what I want to do after this episode ends. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Pick one thing you've been pushing off. Just one. Cleaning your space, drinking more water, going for a walk, starting that idea, letting go of someone you know isn't good for you. And just do it. Because motivation comes after action, not before. The final reset thought. You survived the winter version of yourself, but you are not meant to stay there. This is your season to grow, to glow, to rebuild, and to step into something new. Not perfect, just better. I'm really happy to be back. And I mean that. You guys are my baddies. This podcast is for you, for your healing, for your space, for you to be comfortable, for you to be open, for you to be creative, for you to be yourself, for you to be not yourself, for you to be freaking crazy, for you to be happy, for you to be out of this world. Because this space, it's not just content for me, it's connection, it's healing, it's real life. And I want to keep building this with you. So if you made it all the way through this episode, thank you. Thank you. Seriously. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you. Make sure you take care of yourself this week and every day and every time. Open your windows, play some music, clean your space, drink your tea, and remind yourself, you made it through winter. You deserve spring. This is Emily Martinez, and this is High Tea Podcast. I'll see you in the next episode.